Shohei Ohtani pitched again yesterday, and just another good outing, a solid outing. 6 innings, 2 runs, 7 strikeouts. Let's really talk about this, because you hear a game where he goes 0 for 5 at the plate, has 6 innings, and, just because he doesn't flirt with a no-hitter doesn't mean it wasn't special. That's more than you could ask for from any starting pitcher. You hear he goes out and throws 6 innings, punches out 7 guys, and gives up 2 runs. That's great. He's also going out there and getting 5 at-bats at the plate and hitting right in the middle of that lineup and expected to carry a lineup along with along with Mike Trout and Taylor Ward this year. But he's expected to carry a lineup, and he's going out there and putting together good quality starts. I mean, he's getting better and better on the mound. Let's look at last year. Let's compare some things from last year to this year, where I think he really took a step forward last year on the mound. This year, his 4-seamer has taken a step up. His average velocity last year was 95.6. His average velocity this year is 97.2. 97.2. I have talked to a lot of pitchers. I have been around the game for a long time, and many pitchers will tell you, after Tommy John surgery, it takes 3 years for your velocity to fully get back. Look what we're seeing with Shohei. That's a big jump in average velocity from last year. A mile and a half, mile an hour more. His whiff rate last year, 20.8%. This year, 25.8%. And this, for me, the huge thing for him this year has been his command. Last year, his 4-seamer in the zone percentage, 55%. This year, 10% higher, 65.1% in the zone. That's last year to this year. His outing on the mound was just another start that just shows how good he truly is. He is a Cy Young caliber pitcher on the mound. He was throwing 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, 90-mile-an-hour cutters. That start, including his start yesterday, now puts him at 3-2 on the year, a 2.82 ERA, 53 strikeouts, and a 1.02 whip. That's on the year. He pitched against the Rangers yesterday, which were the team that roughed him up a little bit early in the year. They had that grand slam off of him early, and he didn't have great stats. The fact that his numbers and stats are still where they are at this point because of that start shows you just how remarkable he has been since that. In his last 5 starts, he's 3-0 with a 1.5 ERA and 39 strikeouts in 30 innings pitched. That's why this is special. All while he's going out there and expected to be a big piece for that lineup, one of the main pieces for that lineup. This isn't, I say this all the time, but it begs mentioning every single time. This isn't a gimmick. This isn't a guy with a lot of power that can also pitch, or a guy that is a good pitcher that can also hit for a lot of power. This is a good hitter and a Cy Young caliber pitcher. That's what we are seeing. And we're seeing it every 5-6 nights when he goes out and pitches on the mound. That's why I've started tweeting. I tweet my good luck photo. It's special, man. It really is cool what we are seeing. And he's getting better and better and better on the mound. And we've seen it with his swing. He's made the adjustment at the plate. He's starting to hit those balls oppo. He's doing it all, and he's doing a lot better. Shohei Ohtani is special. And I will talk about it every single time. Because you know what? If a pitcher goes out there and throws 6 innings and gives up 2 runs and strikes out 7, we're saying, wow, really good outing. Really good outing. But because Shohei Ohtani didn't hit 2 home runs and flirt with a no-hitter, it's like, not his best. Yeah, you're right. It wasn't his best. But it was really special, and that's why he should be talked about all the time because of what he's doing.
I mean, he's so special. He broke Google.
He did break Google. That's a good point. Google tweeted this. I'm sure you guys have all heard of it. You've heard of Google, the Google. They tweeted the other day that Shohei Ohtani is the most searched pitcher in history. Baseball has had a number of great pitchers in the sports history, but none is more searched than Shohei Ohtani. What you didn't see, and what I haven't mentioned that, is they replied to that tweet saying, thanks to Ben Verlander for 75% of those searches.
That's probably pretty accurate. I know one thing they always tell you not to do is to go through the comments of anything that you work on or whatever, whether it's Twitter, YouTube, whatever. But you go through the comments and you see people that every time we post something on Ohtani, they go, I'm coming from so-and-so country. We don't even have baseball. We don't even watch baseball. But because of Shohei Ohtani, I am now watching baseball on a daily basis.
Yeah, you know, the comments section on any social media, it never fails. It's always a toxic environment and mixed with good comments and bad. I've been talking about Shohei for over 2 years now. Since I was watching him pitch in Japan. I've been fascinated by him since then. And then I got a platform where I could talk about him as much as I believe he deserves. And what's cool about it when I do that is the comments are always positive. And it's always like anywhere from, wow, thank you for doing this. This is awesome, to I've gotten into baseball again because of Shohei Ohtani. So, yeah, we hear all the accolades. We hear he's the most searched pitcher of all time. What does that mean, though? It means he's changing the game. It means what he is doing for the game of baseball is light years beyond what's happening on the field. I hear people every day saying, Shohei has brought me back to baseball. I haven't been watching. I have never watched, but I'm watching because of what he means to the game. I realize in the moment, when anybody's compared with Babe Ruth, that I should probably pay attention. And it's special. And it's cool to see the comments and to see how much and how many people care. I mean, how often do we see guys go on the road to Yankee Stadium? We saw it last year. And Shohei gets cheered by Yankee fans in Yankee Stadium. That's what he means to the game. He brings together everybody, and that's hard to come by in this day and age.
Yeah, we've talked a lot of times about it. I mean, you're such a baseball fan through and through, and for me, I've always been a seasonal fan of whatever is in season. I'm a fan of the NFL. I'm a fan of Major League Baseball. I'm a fan of the NBA, college basketball, college football, whatever it is.
Big sports guy.
Big sports guy over here. But when you see guys like Shohei Ohtani come along, it's really hard to find other athletes that have this kind of like transcendent effect.
Yeah.
Where he literally is going to be setting up the next generation. I mean, you talk about a Steph Curry in basketball. You talk about someone like in football, whether it's like a smaller Russell Wilson or a Drew Brees, where it's like you don't have to be this mountain of a man to play this sport. Shohei Ohtani is showing that if you put determination and will into something you love, the sky is the limit. I mean, obviously he has the physical capabilities, but it's unbelievable what this guy does.
You're right. And you know, on top of that, he is this mountain of a man. He's gigantic. He's very tall. He's big. He hits for so much power. I mean, he is a big guy. And, you know, you start talking about other sports, and I don't think they're like, I think it's fair to say that a good comparison would be in the NBA and what LeBron means to the NBA. He had all the hype coming up, and what he's done on the field has been special. What he's done off the field or off the court has been special. What he's done for the community in Cleveland, what he does for younger basketball players, younger generations. Shohei's doing all of that. He's bringing new eyes to the game. He's allowing younger kids, younger baseball players to believe that, you know what, I can be a two-way player. What he does is special, and he's changing the game of baseball, and I will forever be appreciative of him for that, for doing it in the way that he does it, being the most kind and modest and humble and funny guys. I mean, this is what the game needed. The game needed a guy like Shohei Ohtani to come and bring everybody together and do it all with a smile on his face. And it's pretty cool. Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.